Luoyang, one of China's oldest cities, boasts a rich history and numerous ancient sites. Chariot and horse burial pits of Zhou Dynasty rulers, the first Buddhist temple in China, tomb of Guan Yu, a famous figure during the Three Kingdoms period, Mausoleum of a Northern Wei Dynasty emperor, huge granaries of the Sui Dynasty, the ruins of the Tang Dynasty imperial palace gate, and large-scale Buddhist caves. And this is the story of this ancient city. Luoyang, an important city in Henan province, China, was long considered by the ancient Chinese to be the very center of the entire country. In the mid-11th century BC, the Zhou Dynasty established its capital in Luoyang. For over 2,000 years, it had been the capital or a politically significant city in China. In 2002, archaeologists discovered a massive chariot and horse burial pit in the city, dating back about 2,500 years. The most striking thing is that one of the chariots had 6 horses tied to it, a privilege that could only be enjoyed by the supreme ruler of China at the time, even after his death. This discovery confirms that this city was the capital of the Zhou Dynasty. In 206 BC, with the establishment of the Han Dynasty, Luoyang became the second most significant city after the capital city of Chang'an. About 200 years later, Luoyang became the capital city. In 67 AD, 2 Buddhist monks from India came to China with Buddhist scriptures. The Han Emperor welcomed them warmly and ordered the construction of a temple in the capital for the 2 monks to live and translate Buddhist scriptures. They named the temple White Horse Temple, as it was a white horse that carried those scriptures, and this is the first Buddhist temple in China. At the end of the 2nd century AD, China fell into chaos and entered the Three Kingdoms period, with the country divided into 3 major regimes. Luoyang became the capital of Cao Wei. In 220 AD, Guan Yu, a famous military general of the Shu Han regime, was killed, and they sent his head to Luoyang, where Cao Cao buried it. Guan Yu was a brave warrior who would never betray his brothers, and is considered the embodiment of loyalty and righteousness in China. After a brief period of unification, China again fell into chaos in the early 4th century. About 100 years later, the Northern Wei Dynasty unified northern China. In 493 AD, Luoyang became the capital of this regime. At the end of the last century, archaeologists discovered and excavated the tomb of a Northern Wei emperor in the suburbs of Luoyang. Archaeologists have only found a few fragments of items inside due to robberies. Still, this is one of the few imperial tombs in China where you can see the burial chamber. In 590 AD, the Sui Dynasty reunited China, and 15 years later, Luoyang became the capital of this new dynasty. At the beginning of this century, archaeologists discovered hundreds of granaries built by the Sui government in the suburbs of Luoyang. They estimate that each cellar can store 250 tons of grain, enough for 700 people to eat for a year. In 1960, archaeologists discovered the ruins of the southern gate of the imperial palace built during the Sui Dynasty in the center of Luoyang. Although the Sui Dynasty only existed for less than 40 years, it left a rich legacy to the subsequent Tang Dynasty, including this palace. According to historical records, in 690 AD, Wu Zetian, the only female emperor in Chinese history, ascended the throne here. A few years ago, experts restored the building above the ruins. The palace gate at that time might have looked like this. Wu Zetian was a devout Buddhist, and this Buddha statue at the Longmen Grottos in the southern suburbs of Luoyang was likely carved in her image. These Buddhist caves date back to the 6th century AD and took nearly 400 years to reach their current size, during a period when Buddhism was flourishing in China. In 960 AD, with the establishment of the Song Dynasty, the cities further east began to serve as the capital of China. Since then, for over 1,000 years, Luoyang has never been the capital again. However, this does not change the fact that this city has long been significant. The famous historian Sima Guang once said, "If you want to know about ancient times, all you need to look at is Luoyang city." And we will talk about some of these ancient sites in detail in the following episodes.